Well, we know over these past few weeks there's been a lot of focus on the defense. What have you seen out of this team's commitment to defense, forwards, defensemen, and just solid positioning?
Yeah, we've definitely been working on it, and I think, part of our defense is too how we, track back and how we hold on to pucks in the offensive zone. I think that's where it starts with the puck management, and I think the biggest thing that also we didn't do well in the last couple of games. I thought we didn't have a good start, so I think it's something we really got to focus on tonight and just kind of like have that intensity through the whole game, starting the first shift.
What are some of the finer details of making sure that all of you are playing with that high level of compete from puck drop?
Well, just being ready. I think that's what it comes down to. We got plenty of skill and plenty of talent on this team, so you got to be ready to compete every night, right from the first shift on, and I think that's something we got to focus on and make sure we have a good start and just kind of build shift after shift.
Timo, how have you felt about your own output these first two games?
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of offensive chances, but I think it's good. First game we won the first game. Obviously, not happy. I think overall how we played in those games. Showed some reactions, but like I said, the start wasn't great. So, just make sure to get a full 60-minute performance. Like I said, have a good start, and you want to improve. It's a long season, so you make sure every day you work on your game and you get better as an individual, as a team. So for me, just keep building on my game and get better and find ways to win hockey games.
Looks like you, Nico, and Andre out there in practice. Thoughts on that line and what you guys could do?
Yeah, we know there's going to be some changes in lines and combinations, all that. So with Pally, he's he plays the game real hard. He's a very smart player that's great to play with. So if we play tonight with him, he's going to bring a lot to our line, and we just got to make sure we contribute defensively and offensively.
What are your first impressions of the power play and how it's gone in the first two games?
Yeah, I thought we had some good looks. Obviously, got some big goals there in 5-on-3 situations, 4-on-3. So I think that's also a part that we want to keep working on and make a step forward.
Last year, a lot of physical matchups between these two teams. I think there was some bad blood too. I mean, when a season passes, is that something that could carry over, some of the physical matches from the previous year?
I mean, I haven't been around for too long, so I don't know what's between those two teams. But no, I think every time you want to go out there and win. So maybe there's some bad blood between some teams, and I'm sure if the personal stays the same, that's kind of staying. But I think our biggest focus is on playing our game and getting 2 points tonight.
Okay, Lindy, with tonight's game, Florida Panthers come in. They've lost their last two. They're obviously going to be desperate for the win. How important does that quick first start really come into this game?
Well, I think it's important for both teams. Obviously, where they're at and how we've come out the last couple of games in the first period and what we've talked about and how we want to come out.
And when you just look at the defensive side of the game, I know it was a focus last season. It continues to be a focus for this team. How would you grade everyone's buy-in to making sure their positioning is sound?
I thought we went through a preseason and we got a pretty good spot. I think last couple of games we've started the games where we haven't been very good defensively and tightened it up the last half of the game. So we need to start the game the way we finish it.
Lindy, these teams had some heated battles last year. Do you expect any of that to kind of carry over from season to season?
I think always emotion is good. I think you've got a team that's 0-2 that's going to give us everything they got. And like I said, we're looking to improve our play all around to play a full 60-minute game.
Any update on Nosek?
Yeah, he's going to miss tonight.
Still day-to-day then? Or?
Yeah, still day-to-day, lower body.
Lindy, the way the schedule is kind of spread out now over the next couple of weeks, does that factor into the goaltending decision just to make sure that nobody is sitting for too long between now and next week?
You lay out a plan for your goaltenders, and you just try to stick to that plan, really. We've got a plan laid out, really, for the whole year where we'd like to get to, and it's always going to vary depending on how the goaltending goes. So.
But you've been in this position before, coaching very good teams. I'm wondering if coaching is different when expectations are higher.
I don't think it's any different. You believe in the way you play. I think every team has a strength. You've got to play to your strength. I think the whole focus is, playing good on both sides of the puck. I don't think we're quite there yet. That we'd like to improve some areas. We'd like to improve our penalty killing. We've got work to do.
Do you sense, or do you have to guard against the sense of frustration? It's early, I get it. Entering the clubhouse, the locker room, because expectations are high and things have not come as easily, but 3 out of 4 points you'll take every time.
Well, I think getting 3 out of 4 in the first 2 games this year versus where we started last year is a lot better. I think the parity in the league is obvious. I think there's going to be improvement in a lot of teams that, if you don't play your best game, you're going to have a tough time winning. And you're going to have to find different ways to win hockey games. And I think in the first couple of games, we found different ways to win games. So there's a lot that we like, but again, there's a lot we want to improve on.
And you talked in practice yesterday with Timo and Nico and Palat. What do you think that could do for Timo's game moving forward?
I think we're at a stage we just want to try some things. I think you're going to see some different combos tonight. You might even see different combos during the game. Thanks.
Jonas, we've heard so much about the Devils' focus on the defensive side of the game. It's been a part of preseason training camp. How would you rate this team's performance on that side, and what can still be improved 2 games in?
I think there's a lot to improve. We know our game, how we should play. I think we can just do it more often over 60 minutes. I think we didn't do it well enough over 60 minutes. Sometimes you saw like we can do it, but we didn't show it all the time. And I think we just gotta stay consistent and try to play our system over 60 minutes.
Teams are coming in this year really trying to give their best performance against the Devils, and the Florida Panthers tonight are a team that has not picked up a win yet this season. How do you all manage that expectation and combat that to make sure your game isn't being impacted by desperation on their side?
Like this year, everything is different. We know we set the bar pretty high, and teams come to our building. They want to beat us, and there isn't going to be an easy game, and I think we're aware of that, and I think we gotta kind of work on our starts as well. I think we started kind of sloppy in those 2 games, but we know that, and I think that's one of our focus as well.
I was going to ask you, what's been missing in those opening 5 minutes of the opening 2 games, Jonas? What do you think it is? I
think we just didn't play fast enough. I think we can play way more faster. Get the puck deep, go after it, and kind of wear them out. Set the pace, and I think we can be better at that, especially in the first 5 to 10 minutes. And at the end, if we set the pace, it's going to be easier for us as well during the game.
Even though you guys you're talking right now about things to improve, you picked up 3 out of 4 points in those first 2 possible games. How would you describe the determination by this team to stay in games and even push it to extended time?
Yeah, that's one positive thing we can take out. We never quit. We always come back. Doesn't matter what the score is. So I think that's something really good that we did. But it's not always fun to be 2-0 behind and have to make up. And I think it's going to be a little easier if we start the game right and score some goals first.
Jonas, we saw how heated these matchups got last year with the Panthers. Do you expect any of that to carry over to tonight? Is that what you guys are kind of preparing for?
If it's going to be like that, we take the challenge. We're going to face it. I think we're a pretty tight group, and we go for each other. And if something's happening, we're there for each other. So yeah, if it's going to be a battle, we battle as well.
Okay, so far, is it as simple as like there have been a couple chances maybe to get the puck down that haven't gotten down the ice and it's led to tired legs, or is there anything else you guys have been addressing?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we can improve as well. The PK. Yeah, it's not perfect yet, which is okay. I think it's start of the year. We want to improve it, and we're working on that as well.
Jonas, how tough of a challenge is a player like Matthew Tkachuk, knowing obviously what he did last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's physical. He's mean. He's a tough player to play against. But yeah, it's. I mean, there's a couple in the league like him, and I think it's a challenge as well. It's cool to play against him or the Panthers, and I think everybody's excited for tonight.